General safety procedures. Number 1. Emergency response. In the event of an emergency, dial 911. University security non-emergency is 208-426-6911. Sculpture location is Center for the Visual Arts, or CVA, Room 122, 1110 South Capitol Boulevard. If you feel your safety is in question, evacuate the room and dial 911. Identify yourself, your location, type of incident, and if an evacuation is underway. Answer any questions and do not hang up the phone until the operator is finished. If you feel the safety of others in the building is in question, pull fire alarms located next to the building exits on your way out. It is not your responsibility to clean up hazardous or unknown materials or to do any further investigation of a possible emergency. Your responsibility is to dial 911. If you do not dial 911 in an emergency, you are jeopardizing your health and safety as well as the safety of others. If there is an indecision as to whether the incident constitutes an emergency, dial 911 or contact the university security non-emergency number, and they will dispatch an officer to evaluate and determine if other responders, e.g. fire, hazmat, need to be notified. Remember, no one will get in trouble for dialing 911. Alert secondary contacts after calling 911 in an emergency situation or in non-emergency situations. It is important that you inform the art department chair and the sculpture area faculty of the situation. These secondary contacts are Dan Scott, department chair, email dannyscott@boisestate.edu, Francis Fox, associate professor, sculpture, email ffox@boisestate.edu, Lily Lee, associate professor, sculpture, email lilylee@boisestate.edu, Tony Banjo, sculpture shop technician, Anthony Banjo @boisestate.edu. Number 2. Fire. Call 911 in case of a large fire. Your safety and the safety of others should be your primary consideration in the event of a fire. Never attempt to fight a large fire. You are not required to fight a small fire. However, at your discretion, you may extinguish a small fire. Report all fires of any size after extinguished to the secondary contacts listed above. A large fire is one that is larger than a trash can or one that you do not feel can be easily contained. In the event of a large fire, take the following actions. Leave the shop immediately and close the door. Pull fire alarms near the building exit to evacuate the building and notify fire response teams. Call 911 when you are in a safe place. Contact the secondary contacts listed above. If you decide to extinguish a small fire yourself, be sure to follow the rules below. Leave yourself a means of exiting the room. Stay between the fire and an open exit. If you cannot position yourself between the fire and an open exit, leave immediately and treat it as a large fire. Small fires may be extinguished with a fire extinguisher or by smothering the flame. Should the fire not be readily extinguished, treat as a large fire. A small fire may quickly spread and turn into a large fire. Contact the secondary contacts listed above. Fire extinguishers are located in each room in CVA 122. Please familiarize yourself with the location of each. To use fire extinguisher, remove the extinguisher from its bracket and remove the safety band around the handle. Stand about 8 feet from the fire if possible and aim the nozzle at the base of the flames. Squeeze and hold the lever handle of this extinguisher. Sweep the nozzle from side to side at the base of the flames until fully extinguished. If an extinguisher has been discharged or is missing, notify sculpture area faculty or the shop technician immediately to request a replacement. If your clothing catches fire, stop, drop, and roll. If a coworker's clothing catches fire, push them to the floor and roll them to smother the flames. Never wrap a fire blanket around an individual who is standing. A chimney effect could be created, causing burns on the face. Number 3, proper shop attire. Dressing for safety can greatly reduce the risk of injury while working with power machinery and hand tools. Keep it tight and tucked. Shoes. Always wear durable, closed-toe, and non-slip shoes. Wear steel-toed boots when working with heavy metals. Flip-flops and sandals are never allowed in the shop. Clothing. Clothing should not be loose-fitting. Shirts should be tucked in and sleeves should be rolled up above the elbow. Loose-fitting clothes can get caught in machinery and cause severe injury. Shop aprons may be used to keep clothes tight and tucked. Hair. Long hair should be tied up and back. Long hair can get caught in machinery and cause severe injury. Jewelry. Rings, bracelets, and/or necklaces should not be worn while operating machinery. Headphones. The use of headphones is prohibited while using power tools. One needs to be alert and able to hear the surrounding environment to avoid accidents. Number 4, safety gear. Safety glasses, face shields, earphones, earbuds, dust masks, shop aprons, and night trail gloves are located in the sculpture area hallway. Sanitizing pads are also available to clean gear before use. Eye protection. Proper eye protection is crucial and always required before entering any lab. Ear protection. Required in wood and metal shops or when using any power tools. The frequencies and decibel levels of power tools when in full operation can do permanent damage to your hearing. Respiratory protection. Always wear a mask or respirator for protection from sawdust, vapors, and other airborne particles, which can be very harmful. Gloves. Always inspect gloves for rips, punctures, and signs of degradation before use. Nitrile gloves. Chemical and biohazardous materials. Check safety data sheet before use. Leather gloves. Rough, rusty, hot, and/or sharp materials. Insulated gloves. Loading or unloading kilns, welding, torch, and foundry work. Do not wear gloves when working with power tools unless specifically advised to do so, as the glove may become snagged into the machine, drawing your hand in after it. Number 5, first aid kits. First aid kits are located in each room in the sculpture area. Familiarize yourself with the location and contents of each. Notify sculpture faculty or the shop technician if any items are missing. First aid kits are intended to treat minor cuts, burns, and injuries. Call 911 in the event of a severe or life-threatening injury. Report any injuries to any sculpture faculty or the shop technician. Treating cuts and abrasions. Wash your hands, clean the wound, apply antibiotic ointment, then apply a bandage or sterile gauze. Treating burns. Cool the burn with cool water or a wet compress. Remove any rings or tight items from the burned area before swelling occurs. Do not break any blisters. Apply moisturizer once the burn is cooled. Cover the burn loosely with a sterile gauze. Inhalation of hazardous chemical. Move to fresh air immediately. Call poison control or 911. Ingestion of hazardous chemical. If the ingested substance burns, irritates, or is caustic, and the person is conscious, able to swallow, and not having convulsions, then drink a small amount of water or milk immediately. Call poison control or 911. Poison control's number is 1-800-222-1222. Number 6, emergency eye wash and shower stations. Eye wash stations are located in each room in the sculpture area. Emergency shower stations are located in the spray booth and patina room. The first few seconds after exposure to a hazardous chemical, especially a corrosive chemical, are critical. Delaying treatment, even for a few seconds, may result in irreparable tissue damage. Do not hesitate. To use an eye wash station, immediately flush eyes for at least 15 minutes. Remain calm. Lean forward and put your face close to the eye wash station. Press lever to activate the water. Hold your eyes open and rotate eyeballs in all directions. An injured person may need help holding the eyelids open. To use an emergency shower station, immediately flush the affected area with copious quantities of water for at least 15 minutes. Stand underneath the shower head and pull the lever to activate the water. Protect eyes from inadvertent contamination. Remove contaminated clothing, jewelry, and shoes. Don't let modesty slow you down. Every second counts. Use a clean towel or coat to provide the person with privacy and warmth. Number 7, food and drink policy. Food and drinks are allowed in the classroom areas only. Dispose of food waste in trash bins outside of the sculpture area, as receptacles may not be emptied regularly. All sinks in the sculpture area dispense non-portable water. Do not drink water from any sink in the sculpture area. Number 8, guests and non-sculpture student policy. All guests and students who have not completed safety training in the sculpture area are not permitted in any lab unless given specific permission from faculty or the shop technician. Guests are allowed to visit or wait in the hallway and classroom areas, but are not permitted to use any equipment or tools. Number 9, cleanup policy. Good housekeeping is one of the most important ways to ensure a safe working environment. You are responsible for cleaning up after yourself every time you use the shop. Cleanup includes the following: clean all tools and return them to where they belong. Put away any items or materials used. Clean the entire table surface when you are working on, even if others have left debris. This may require brushing, scraping, and sponging of the table surface where applicable. Brush off all machines and equipment used. Sweep the floor. Put all debris in the trash. Put away or discard excess material. Label and store projects safely in the proper location. Active workspaces should never be used for storage of artwork and/or project materials. Tools left out, not cared for properly, and/or violations of safety/cleanup policies could cause your shop privileges to be suspended.